In this quick video, I'm going to walk you through the concept, which is the entire audience of people who could be your ideal clients. And this comes into topic a couple of times when we work on Laurel's ad strategy, advertising. And it's important to know that this divides roughly into two main groups of people, one bigger than the other. There is a 3% of all people who would be your ideal clients. And let's say you could say this circle represents Russell Brunson's audience, or whatever defines your ideal clients. And there's a 3% section that defines the ready now kind of clients, ready to buy. And so what most advertisers do is they stick their direct advertising focus to this 3% of people. Over a month, this 3% of people may be this section of the audience, so it looks a little different. But for the most part, it's going to be 3%. That's the concept. What happens is you have another 97% of your audience who are not ready to buy yet, but are your ideal clients. Now, there are different problems that these ideal clients of yours face when we create what is called a power content video ad, which a power content, what it's designed to do is solve one problem, in viewing it in 3 to 5 minutes, and because it's placed on Facebook and Instagram, anyone who watches this video for 25% gets added to an invisible list.
It's a 3 to 5 minute video.
3 to 5 minute video, yes.
Top of funnel, yes. Power content needs to be structure.
Yes, it needs to follow structure, but as long as you follow that is functionally what it's designed to do.
Yep.
Now, if you create one power content, it will functionally cover a small section of this 97% audience, because that's solving one problem that your audience is interested in.
Yeah.
Now, your ideal clients are going to have a multitude of different problems. So when you test additional power content videos, which you should be able to create at the very least 3 times 5, 15 topics of top of funnel pieces of content, so something like this many, or maybe even this many, that is covering already a large amount of people that you could be working with.
Because they will have that many problems because they're in your ideal audience for the service that you have to offer for them.
Yes, there will be different pieces missing of what they do that you actually do as part of your service, and as small as you may think these problems are, they must be worthwhile to the people who want to accomplish what it is that you actually offer.
Exactly that.
And teach or coach or however it goes. Now, there are also topics in this, all of these problems my ideal clients have who are ready or not ready to buy, that are really suitable for longer pieces of educational content or for different types of education. And it's for the people who are slightly more advanced, and maybe they just need to see a couple of things before moving forward. And maybe a one power content can't quite answer it because 3 to 5 minutes is quite short in terms of educating. And so what happens, I would say that these are middle of funnel or bottom of funnel pieces of content. They're not really applicable for creating a top of funnel power content video, building an invisible list out of it. You can certainly try, but the topic itself involves more time to explain.
Yeah.
And so maybe some of these topics, if you were to cover them, we wouldn't want that section of the audience.
Yes.
We'd be talking about people who, how to do the editing for your power content videos, and bring lots of people who, I guess if they want to do their own editing, that's fine, but what if they don't?
Yeah.
So we have to be mindful of, who we are attracting with power content. It needs to be polarizing. So we need to pay attention to what we create. But really, this concept just is to say you don't have 30 pieces of power content that you must create. This is only an informative graph to tell you that 1, 2, or 3 is not the only pieces of power content you'll ever create, and that there is value in creating and testing additional topics for your power content, because it means you will reach more of this audience of ideal clients.
Thank you, Dan. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Does that make more sense to you?
Yeah, it does. I just didn't want people to think that they just have to create 1 or 2 pieces of power content and then that be it. Because they have, there are just so many different types of people with different types of problems whose problems they could actually solve with their service.
Yeah, we covered that.
And so I just want to make sure it was clear how this actually works so that people don't get confused, because a lot of people do get confused about this particular strategy.